Hey, hello guys. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining how to solve one of the most frustrating error in SQL Server. So anytime you want to import data from the outside, let's say an Excel file, CSV file, you may run into some little errors. So how can we solve that kind of problem? So let's say, for example, I want to import a file inside of my SQL Server. So basically what you do is go to your database where you want the file to be uploaded, then you right click, then you go to task and you say import data. So when you say import data, the SQL Server import export wizard is going to come up, then you say next. And then the first thing you are required to do is to select the source where your data is coming from. So we have different sources where you can have your file. So if you are working with CSV file, then you are going to be going with flat file source. But if I'm working with Microsoft, then I'll go with Microsoft Excel. Then the next thing I'm required to do is to browse the file path, the file that I want to import. Let's say I want to import the popular superstore dataset. If I click on that, then say open. So the Excel version, this is just a compatibility to specify that this file that I just inserted or that I want to upload is compatible with this particular version of Excel. So depending, then I'm going to say next. Then the next thing, but before you get, this is the next stage that you are going to get to, which is the destination. But immediately you select the data source, then a lot of people are going to run into this particular error, and it's going to say SQL Server import export wizard. The operation could not be completed. You can see this is immediately after the data source. After selecting the data source, then you're going to run into additional information, that is the Microsoft ACE OLEDB provider is not registered on the local machine. So this happens when you don't have a wizard, or you don't have a particular package that can run Excel file to your SQL Server. So one of the things that you have to do is to install a particular software or a package that can allow you to install or to run SQL Server or Microsoft Excel or any file inside of SQL Server. So what you do is you go to your browser, and then you just say download Access. So that's Microsoft Access database engine. We're going to download Access database engine redistributable 2016, or immediately you say download SQL Access database for SQL Server. It's also going to give you something like that, or recommend something like that for you. So you have to ensure that your connection is there before you can be able to access the file. So now we have the Microsoft Access database engine redistributable. So what we're going to do is click on that particular one since it's from Microsoft. So then the next thing we are going to do is to download the engine. So mind you, anytime you want to download, always go for the second option, which is 32 bits, because most systems are not compatible with the 64 bit executable file. So .exe. So we are going to be going with the 32 bit, which is the second option. So when I click on the second option, then the next thing I'm going to say is download. So after the download is done, unfortunately, you cannot install directly. Immediately you have the download. So I'm going to be showing you how you can go about the installation process. So this file is not an application. It is an executable file, as you can see, .exe. So that means you can't have it installed as normal application that you have, like Excel, like SQL Server, and the rest of them. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to download it silently. We call it silent installation in the background. So it's going to be running in the background without you not necessarily seeing it as an application. So now this file is downloaded. So if I should open the location where the download is, you can see we have the Access database engine.exe. So the next thing we are going to do is you open the command prompt, which is where we're going to be running the installation. So I have command prompt, and now the command prompt is open. So the next thing I'm going to do is to copy the file location of this file that I just downloaded. So the file I just downloaded is the Access Database Engine. So what I'm going to do is right click on it, then go to Properties, then I'm going to copy the location. As you can see, the location right here. Or you can click on the file and you see copy path. Copy path means you want to select or you want to copy the file directory path. So if I click on the copy path, then that is done. The next thing I'm going to do is go to the command prompt. So right here, by default, you are going to have this in your command prompt. And the next thing I'm going to do is type cd. Then I'm going to paste the location that I selected from there. Then, as you can see, so what we have here is because of the way we copy the file location, we have the apostrophe, the quotation, which is not supported as and in command prompt. So what we're going to do is go with the first option that I stated, properties. Then I'm going to copy this guy. As you can see, this doesn't have the quotation. Then Control C, go back to the command prompt. Then I'm going to say cd, don't forget, then I paste it again. So if I run it, now we can see that now what I'm telling command prompt here is to go to this file path, and I want to be inside of download. So I want to be able to access my downloaded file. So this is exactly what it's doing. So this is the downloaded file that I'm presently in the file directory of all my downloaded file. So the next thing I'm going to tell command prompt is I want to, under the download, as you can see, users widget, then download. So I'm going to say under the download, what I want to access is this file that I just downloaded. So the next thing I'm going to do is to select the name of that file. So what is the name of the file? So I'm going to copy it from the description, which is the name of the file that I downloaded. Control C, then I go to the command prompt, then I say Control V. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to say space, then I'm going to put a quotation forward slash, then I'm going to type quiet. So the quiet means I want to execute this file quietly. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just press enter. So immediately you press enter, then it's going to bring a pop-up. Then I'm going to say yes, and as you can see, another command prompt is going to come out. Then immediately it comes out, it goes back in. That means the installation is done.